Hi everybody, this is the Prospect Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and we are back here discussing the New York Mets and their 2023 MLB Draft selections. And in the third round, they selected Nolan McClean, a DH outfielder pitcher. He's a two-way player, and I'm going to read you from AmazingAvenue.com. I got a couple of scouting reports on him, and I hope you like this video. Of course, subscribe. So here we go. 2023 Mets Draft Profile, Nolan McClean. With their third round selection in the 23 draft, the 91st overall pick, the New York Mets selected Nolan McClean, a two-way player from Oklahoma State University. Nolan McClean was a two-sport star at Garner High School in Garner, North Carolina, dominating on the baseball diamond and the football gridiron. As a football player, he led it 3 years and threw for 6,800 yards and 62 touchdowns. He led it for 3 years in baseball and hit a cumulative 381, 589, 719 slug in 53 games with 11 doubles, 12 homers, 7 stolen bases, 8 attempts, and 64 walks to 28 strikeouts. McClean also spent considerable time on the mound and posted a cumulative 2.05 ERA. He did not play much in his senior year due to the cancellation of the baseball season due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but would likely have been drafted by a major league team if he had signaled his willingness to sign. Instead, he signaled that he was going to honor his commitment to Oklahoma State University and went undrafted. Part of McClean's interest in going to college was the ability to star for the OCU Cowboys as their quarterback. That fall, he joined the OSU football team as a walk-on quarterback, but not appearing in a game for them. In the spring, he appeared in 39 games for the Cowboys, missing some time from a back injury. In addition, he appeared in a pair of games on the mound. That summer, he played for the Chatham Anglers in the Cape Cod Baseball League. That fall, when he returned to Oklahoma State University, he decided to hang up his football pads for good. A draft-eligible sophomore due to his age, he decided to focus on baseball to give himself the best opportunity to go pro. McClean's new focus on baseball paid off, as he excelled as a hitter, while also getting the opportunity to show off his ability to pitch. Splitting time at second and third base, spending most of his time at third, he hit 285, 397, 595. On the mound, he appeared in 23 games and posted a 4.97 ERA in 25 and a third innings with 20 hits allowed, 13 walks, and 39 strikeouts. The Baltimore Orioles liked what they saw and selected him with their third-round pick in the 2022 MLB Draft. The 81st overall pick designated him a pitcher. The two sides were unable to come to an agreement after Baltimore saw some post-draft physical results they were unhappy with, and McClean ended up being the highest selected played in the 2022 MLB Draft to go unsigned, and one of two third-round selections to not sign with a team, along with the New York Mets' third-round pick, Brandon Sprout, who, by the way, was drafted again by the Mets this year. McClean returned to Oklahoma State University for his junior year. His primary defensive position moved from the infield to the outfield. At the plate, McClean has a physical presence, standing 6'4", 215 pounds. He stands slightly open, holds his hands high, and his bat angled up at two. He swings with a slight toe tap and very little load or weight transfer. His right-hand stroke is smooth through the zone and has a bit of loft. He is above average raw power, generating power through exceptional upper body strength and logging exit velocities over 110 miles per hour, but has demonstrated contact issues throughout his collegiate career, registering just a 55% contact rate in 23 and similar low numbers in his freshman and sophomore seasons. Defensively, he has more time logged at third base than anywhere else on the diamond. A below-average runner with a thick body, he is not particularly rangy at the hot corner, nor does he have much quick twitch muscle explosiveness, but does have enough above-average arm in terms of strength and accuracy. In the outfield, he has below-average range, but can improve with more refinements to his ability to read the ball off the bat and learn the best routes to take to the ball. On the mound, McClean throws from a 3/4 arm slot with a simple, repeatable delivery. His fastball sits in the mid to upper 90s, averaging 94 miles per hour, topping out a 98 miles per hour with some arm side run. It is easy and effortless velocity out of his hand, and McClean really leans on the pitch. He complements it with a slider that sits in the mid to high 80s, an upper 80s curveball, and a high 70s to low 80s changeup. His slider and curveball both have excellent spin rates, regularly approaching 3,000 RPM, but his control and command of both needs work. His changeup is rarely used, but has generally been used as a get-me-over pitch to sneak one by batters who are not expecting it. Now, he is from MetsMemorizedOnline.com. This is a great website for Mets fans as well as Amazing Avenue. With the 91st pick in the 2023 MLB Draft, New York Mets selected a two-way player in the righty Nolan McClean from Oklahoma State. McClean is a right-handed pitcher who also has the ability to play the outfield and serve as a designated hitter. He's ranked as the number 97 prospect in the draft by MLB Pipeline. McClean's scouting grades on MLB Pipeline for pitching include a fastball that is 65, 77 to 80 is considered elite, curveball 55, and slider 55. His control is graded at 45 with an overall pitching rating of 45 with 50 on a scale of 20 to 80 representing MLB average. For hitting, scouts grade McClean with a 40 hitting grade. That's not very good. 60 power, 30 running, 70 arm strength, and 45 fielding for an overall offensive grade of 45. The slot value for pick number 91 is $747,600. McClean had a chance to be drafted out of high school. I read that. When it comes to analyzing McClean, scouts believe he will more than likely end up as a pitcher at the professional level and will succeed more on the mound as a mid-rotation starter or a late-inning reliever. He has a strong fastball that touches up to 98, an above-average slider that reaches the mid-80s. He has a changeup as well. When it comes to his bat, MLB Pipeline says McClean generates high exit velocities and massive raw power to all fields of a combination of bat speed, strength, and leverage. However, he struck out an NCAA record 107 times as a sophomore and just 290 plate appearances. So, McClean was one of the more intriguing two-way players in the NCAA throughout his career, but as mentioned, most teams believe he will be a pitcher as he grows in his professional career. Just reading between the lines, the Mets had said that they drafted a two-way player, but the reality is that his offense is probably lacking. It seems like he's not a very good hitter. He's got tremendous power, but the Mets are probably better off putting him on the mound. And as we know, the Mets need pitching. They did a great job in this draft. They drafted a ton of pitchers in this draft. 13 pitchers, primarily from college. So what's great about McClean and about Spratt and a whole bunch of other players' names. Let me give you a couple of other names just in the first 10 rounds. Cade Morris will be a guy that you'll hear a lot of. He's from Nevada. Wyatt Hoopo, UNC Charlotte. I'm going to talk about all these young guys. We got a younger guy. Hold on. We have Zach Thornton. He's from Grand Canyon University. We have Noah Hall. And the Mets have a whole bunch of other players that they drafted today. I don't have that list made up yet, but they did a great job. An excellent job drafting pitching. That's all I've been talking about over the last few months about the Mets, that there's not a lot in the organization in terms of pitching. And what was great about this draft is they drafted primarily college players, college pitchers in particular, because one thing about a college player is you have a pretty good idea of how he's going to develop, just an overall. So the Mets will have a pretty good idea of who they're bringing in. With a younger guy, that is a high school guy, it's going to take a while for him to develop. All these guys are going to help the Mets within a year, 2 or 3 years. So they're going to go through the system very quickly. A little bit of a couple of notes from last year's draft. Blades Hidwell is dominating in Brooklyn. I would expect that they will promote him to Binghamton in the second half. I would expect it probably, if not by after the All-Star break, I would expect it in August. He has done an awesome job. The Mets did an awesome job with their draft last year. Like I said, Kevin Parada has done a great job in Brooklyn. He's probably going to get a promotion to Double-A, and Blade Tidwell has been excellent. And the Met pitching across the board in the minor leagues has been really good. You're going to hear about Christian Scott, Tyler Stewart. You heard about Mike Vassell was part of the Futures game on Saturday, I believe. So these guys are doing, the Mets are doing an amazing job, no pun intended, developing new pitching for this organization, but they're not ready yet. So we're going to follow their progress on this channel separately from the Baseball Hut and the Baseball Hut 2. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the Prospect Hut. I'll get it right. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.